Hi, and welcome to my Advanced Beginner's Guide for Old School Runescape. In today's video, we'll be covering the user interface with some helpful settings, tools, and tips for setting up the default client. Links and wiki articles for other useful pages will be linked in the description below. With all that said, let's get into the video. Combat options. Combat options are the different attack styles that you have available to you depending upon the weapon you're wielding when used in combat. It in turn will affect the experience that you receive whenever you deal damage during combat. When using an attack style that listed as accurate, you'll deal damage and gain 4 experience per damage dealt with 1.33 granted to your hit points experience. It provides an invisible +3 bonus to your attack level. Aggressive attack styles will deal damage and gain experience in your strength skill. 4 experience per damage dealt in your strength skill and 1.33 for hit points. Provides an additional +3 bonus to your strength, which increases your max hit. Defense. Defensive attack styles will gain 4 experience in defense per damage dealt with an additional 1.33 in hit points and provides a +3 defense bonus. Controlled attack styles will grant 1.33 experience to each attack, strength, hit points, and defense. This will provide an additional 1 bonus to attack, strength, and defense. Different weapons will have different styles available to them, so check whenever you're equipping a weapon as to which style you're attempting to train. For more information, consult the wiki article linked below. Skills. There are 23 skills in Old School Runescape. Each one starts out at level 1 with the exception of hit points. Each skill contains within it a list of items that can be made, actions that can be performed, things that can be equipped, or things that can be crafted. We'll take a moment here on screen to go through some of these different options. Quests, achievement diaries, minigames, Kourend favor, and adventure paths. There are 21 free-to-play quests available to you in Old School RuneScape. Each one of these quests will be highlighted in red if you've not started it, yellow if you started it, and green if you've completed it. When you click a quest, you'll be able to see the different locations and NPCs involved in starting the quest. As you begin to make progress on them, you'll be able to see that things will be struck out and new information will be added. If you select the world map, you can navigate out, for example here with the Falador quest that we just selected, find the location of Falador, you can scroll over to it, or if you, you'll see the NPCs that give quests indicated there. If you can't find a location, you can always type in the search box down there, and type it, press enter, and it'll center the map on the location involved. The achievement diaries are a set of one-off tasks and challenges exclusive to members. Since this is for free to play, we'll skip this section for now. The Minigames interface provides a list of the minigames available in Old School RuneScape. Not all minigames are available to free-to-play members, but if you look through the minigames list, there are a few that you can use, such as Castle Wars here. If you select Castle Wars, you can select to teleport to the location, and in a few seconds, you will teleport to that location. We're going to skip out of this teleport for now. If you select the Join button, you can join a chat dedicated to that minigame. It'll show a list of players that are also in the chat, potentially waiting to play that minigame. The next tab shows Kourend favor, but that's a members only piece of content, so we'll skip that for now. The next tab shows adventure paths, which we've covered in different videos. The next section is inventory, and inventory is where all of your items that you're carrying are stored, with the exception of that which you wear. We're going to dump this in the bank real quick, and now we'll close that out. Come down here, go to our worn equipment tab, remove an item, see it now, it's our inventory, put it back on, and there we have it. Worn equipment. The shield and helmet icon at the bottom of the screen is the equipment stats. It lists the attack bonuses, defense bonuses, other bonuses, and target specific bonuses that your gear provides you. For more details, check into the wiki article listed below. The money bag icon is known as guide prices. It'll show you the grand exchange value of the items that you have inserted into the screen. So you can select an item from your inventory and add it in there. You can click the backpack icon on that interface and deposit everything in your inventory, or you can select the search option in the bottom left and search for items manually to find out approximately how much you're going to end up paying for one. The next interface option shows items kept on death. This will show any items that you will keep when you die, and the rest of them will be dropped on the ground where you die. Under normal circumstances outside of the wilderness, the items that are left in the bottom section there will be where you died at. You'll be able to go back to the location on the same world and recollect your items. Prayer. Prayer is both members and non-members, and it's considered a combat skill. It's trained by burying bones and using other various members methods, but you'll only have access to burying bones here in free-to-play. The prayers that you unlock at various levels as you level up will give you various combat-related bonuses. These bonuses will only last as long as your prayer points last. To restore your prayer points, you can pray at any altar in-game, or you can simply die. When you die, your prayer points will be restored anyway. Prayer depletion rate will depend on the prayers you have active, as well as the number of prayers, and the bonus that you have to prayer as shown in the Worn Equipment screen. Equipment like monk robes provide a greater bonus to prayer, thus making it last even longer. Magic. Magic is a very useful skill, having both combat and non-combat applications. This is the unfiltered Standard Spellbook. Standard Spellbook has a large variety of spells in it, however not all are available in the free-to-play version. For example, Fire Surge can't be used in free-to-play as you can't access Wrath runes. You can see the runes that each spell requires by highlighting the spell, mousing over it, and looking at the runes shown on screen. Various filters can be applied to the Spellbook by selecting filters at the bottom of the screen and unchecking the respective things that you do not want to show. For example, if you unselect Combat, no combat spells will be shown. If you unselect Teleport, the only thing you'll have available on the screen are utility spells which allow you to do things like enchant jewelry, cast high-level alchemy, and so on. If you unselect Utility, well, you can't do anything, so you gotta go check them all back on again. If you uncheck the box that says Show the spells you lack the level to cast, it will remove all of the spells that you do not have the requisite level to cast. So it'll show here, Home Teleport and Wind Strike. Home Teleport is a spell that you can use once every 30 minutes to teleport you back to the center of Lumbridge. The last option on the filter section there will remove any spells that you lack the runes to cast. Friends List and Ignore List. The Friends List and Ignore List interface has buttons at the bottom to allow you to add people and remove people from your friends list. In the top right section of the menu, you can see a frowny face icon. That's your Ignore List. It's the same interface as the Friends List icon, however, players added here will not be able to chat to you in-game. Account Management. The Account Management tab has three options within it: Account, Community, and Links. The Account tab shows the amount of membership you have left, if you have any, a button to open the bond pouch, which will allow you to deposit or withdraw bonds that you've purchased on the GE or purchased via the website. Unread Messages will open the Message Center link, which is an external link to the Old School Runescape page, where you will have access to any messages that are sent to you by Jagex directly. And the Display Name button, which will allow you to change your name. You can, for example, purchase a bond and use that to change your name. Community tab shows the currently active poll. If you can participate in it, you can let your opinion be heard. Polling is an integral part of the Old School Runescape community. It allows us to have a say in guiding the progress of the game. A button at the bottom of that to view the latest news post, and a button beneath that to view archives. You can look at the past polls and stuff with the button beneath the active polls. You can review what changes have made it and what changes haven't made it. In the links section, you'll have a link to the Old School Runescape website, customer support, the OSRS Grand Exchange, high scores, and one of the most useful links in the entire game, the Old School Runescape Wiki. I strongly advise that if you have any questions, you follow the links through that. Most of the links posted below today's video will be from the Old School Runescape Wiki. The last option is the official OSRS merchandise shop. Clan Chat. Clan Chat system is an informal system where players can join together into a group private chat, basically. In order to join a player's clan chat, all you have to do is select the Join option, type in the player's name, and then hit Enter. You'll be joined into their clan chat after that. Just like in the Minigames tab, if you click Join in the Minigames tab, this will bring you into a clan chat for that minigame. To type in clan chat, all you have to do is press a / before any text that you enter, and it'll be entered into clan chat when you press Enter. Be sure that there are no leading characters before that /, otherwise you will not appear in clan chat. Options. The options menu is massive. Under it there are 4 major categories: display, audio, chat, controls, and other settings. Underneath the display menu, you can see a mouse wheel zoom control function, which is a mouse icon with a magnifying glass on it. Sliding the slider will zoom your camera in and out, just the same as your mouse wheel would. The screen brightness function will allow you to adjust the brightness on your screen. Sliding it all the way down will make it dark, sliding it all the way up will make it bright. Fixed mode will make the interface the traditional old small style interface. Resizable mode will fill the client to your window screen size. Under advanced options, you'll notice you have the chat scroll bar, which will change the side that your scroll bar is on for your chat menu. Transparent side panel, make sure your side panel is transparent or opaque. Remaining XP will allow you to choose whether the remaining experience next to your skills is shown in the stats menu. Prayer tooltips will allow you to toggle the tooltips so that you can display what a prayer does. Hit splat tinting will allow you to tint hit splats for other players. So hit splats that are shown from other players doing damage to something or being done to other players will show up as a different color to be not confusing for you when you're figuring out who's dealing damage. Special attack tooltips are a special attack related thing which is only members, so you really don't have to worry about that. The roof removal tool will toggle whether or not you can see the roof on buildings. So if you look at the display, you can see toggle it on and off, see whether you like to have it on or whether you like to have it off. Personally, I play with it off. That way you don't have to see the roofs and you can click inside buildings, and it makes it a little easier to figure out where you're going. The data orbs are around the minimap. They show you useful information like your health, your remaining prayer points, your remaining run energy, your special attack energy. Wiki lookup is a tremendously useful tool. If you left click the wiki lookup icon beneath your minimap and then right click an item and left click that, it'll open the items wiki article in a separate tab. You can do this from quests, items, and so on. Transparent chat box will make it so your chat box is either transparent or opaque. And side panels will allow you to see whether or not your buttons appear as a side panel, like I prefer them, or have them as like a tray, which is what it's currently set up as. I'm going to set it to the side panel option. The audio settings for the audio menu will contain 3 sliders which will allow you to adjust how the local music plays as well as the sound effects and area effects. The next selection is chat effects. Chat effects will be things like colors and shaking and things like that applied to it. If you search for chat effects on the wiki, you'll be able to see all the different effects you can do and what you have to type to make them happen. Profanity filter allows you to filter out certain words deemed by the game to be profane. Split private chat displays your private chat messages that were sent via your friends or other players as to whether or not it appears within the chat box or above the chat box. Hide private chat will do exactly what it says. You can toggle it off and it'll show everything. Notifications allow the player to receive notifications from any monster killed when they drop an item whose grand exchange value exceeds a certain threshold, which you can configure within that menu. You can have it toggle it on and off too. Login, log out notification. If this is enabled, messages in the chat box stating a player in your friends list is logged in or logged out will disappear after a short time. So you can toggle that on if you're wanting the notifications to show up or not show up. The display name interface is mainly used if you have a bond or if you've played on members. It'll allow you to see how long you have until you can change your name for free, or if you can change your name at all, how many changes are remaining. If you have a name change available, you can access it under this menu or the previous menu that we were looking at earlier where there's a name change option. The controls interface adjusts how you can control things. The mouse icon will allow you to select either 1-button or 2-button mouse. If you have a 1-button mouse, every click is going to be effectively a right click, with the exception of clicking in blank space where there's nothing. So if you click in an empty space, that'll allow you to walk there, whereas if you click on an object or an item, it'll effectively act as a right click, which will open the menu and allow you to select which option. The mouse camera decides whether the middle mouse button controls the in-game camera zoom. Follow priority options. You really don't have to worry about this unless you're messing around in members, because you'll have pets and other things that'll follow you. Shift click drop is a function that will allow you to hold down the shift key, click an item, and drop it on the ground. This will prevent you from having to right click every item individually and drop it on its own. Key binding is an incredibly useful menu. It allows you to set your function keys at the top of your keyboard, your F1 through whatever, to open certain menu interfaces. We'll go through the common settings that I use for that, and you can see how those are set up. Set them up to your liking so that you can have quick access to those different functions. The attack option priority menu will allow you to select how your attack options appear for both players and NPCs. So for example, depending upon combat level is the default setting. If a monster's combat level is lower than yours, the left click option will be attack by default. If it's higher, your left click option will be walk here so you don't inadvertently attack high level monsters. Left click where available makes always the attack option as your first option. The always right click option makes it so you always have to right click an NPC to select attack or a player, and the hidden option means that you won't be able to left or right click to attack. You can auto retaliate if you have auto retaliate enabled and something aggressive attacks you, but you won't be able to left or right click to attack. The medic bag looking icon is the accept aid option. Certain magic spells can be used on you as well as minigame functions. If you have that enabled, other players will be able to interact with you. Spells like Tele Other Falador and things like that. If you disable that, players won't be able to cast that on you. You can still trade with other players and things like that, but they won't be able to interrupt you with certain spells or functions. Toggle run is the same effect as the icon near the minimap that'll turn your run on or off. The house options menu is a members only option, you won't have to worry about that, and you can view membership bonds via the bond icon. It's the green, gold, and gray icon down near the bottom. Emotes. Emotes are a series of cosmetic actions you can perform. They're part of clue scroll steps, and they can also be enhanced by various costumes throughout the game. For more information on these, see the Wiki article linked below. Music player. The music player is where you can manually select tracks from the tracks that you've unlocked throughout playing RuneScape. Unless your sounds are turned off, the game music will play automatically in the appropriate area for the track that you're looking at. However, if you select manual, you can select the track that you want to play from those that you have unlocked. And there you have it, folks, the entire interface of Old School RuneScape. In the description section you'll find links to all the resources cited throughout this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great day.